What is up, everybody? My name is Matthew and welcome to my channel. I invested in AMC stock and got an 80% gain. Let me tell you how I did it. Well, we gotta talk about AMC stock. First, AMC was to the moon. Then they saw doom and gloom. And now, AMC's back with a boom. Let's go. So AMC stock are also known as always making chicken. And by chicken, I mean chicken tendies. Or you can refer to AMC as always mooning constantly, whichever one's your preference. I invested in AMC stock and let me tell you why. We all know AMC as the movie theater that we all went to that had overpriced popcorn and overpriced snacks. We went there with our friends and family and just watched movies together. But looking into the business part of things, AMC makes money from selling snacks and food and also making money on movie tickets. We knew that AMC's business was really hurt in the short term as a stay-at-home order was taken in place and not many people were going out to watch their movies with their friends and families. This was devastating for AMC as we saw revenues cut in half and they were really struggling to just bring in customers. However, did you guys see those AMC tendies though? Sheesh! There was a lot of talks of the potential risk that AMC could go bankrupt. In the past few months, they haven't had much foot traffic and they have to pay for really high overheads to have these movie theaters. In fact, AMC even stated that every single month, their cash is just burning by 125 million. So they're paying 125 million just to have movie theaters that no one's going to. And this is kind of concerning because they're not really able to generate revenues to support that business. However, there are some doubts that come into my mind when investing in a stock like AMC. We have to ask ourselves, when will the global health situation be over? Is AMC going to get their lunch eaten out by streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus? And will people really return back to movie theaters when this whole situation is done? So in my opinion, I think that the Disney remakes have been kind of a flop in the past few months and we've seen more misses than hits. Just take a look at the movie Wonder Woman 1984 that came out on Disney Plus in the past few months. We saw a lot of controversy around this movie as many people didn't like it. Actually, if you look online, their Rotten Tomato score is at 59%. That's kind of not too hot for an original Disney movie. And if you look at Mulan that also came out on Disney Plus, we can see that their Rotten Tomato score is at 93%. I mean, it's a pass, right? I mean, it's a C? C's get degrees, what can I say? To be honest, I actually like Mulan, but I don't know why other people didn't. It was cool. I think that these stream movies on Disney didn't do too well just because Disney didn't want to spend the money, spend the time, and spend the effort into putting their resources into a movie like this. With the stream movie online, many people would hesitate in buying that movie to watch at home because they're not really getting that full experience of a movie theater. And here's my hypothesis. I think that some of the media companies are actually holding on to their really good movies and waiting for this whole global health situation to be over. They're just waiting for everybody to return back to normalcy and so they can release these movies and more people will go to them in real life. Because going to the movies with your friends and family just allows for a whole new experience where you can buy food and buy drinks that are extremely overpriced. But don't forget the experience of sneaking that bag of candy in your back pocket or in your bag. You didn't hear it from me, it wasn't for me. So we all probably know the story of AMC going all the way up to $19 per share, rising up with all the Reddit stocks like GameStop. However, shortly after hitting $19 a share, AMC stock crashed all the way down to $5 to $6 range. And when this crashed, I actually looked into it and I saw it as pretty intriguing. I looked into the company at this price point and I really saw it as a buy. So I invested in AMC stock and here's my reasoning. My investment thesis for AMC stock is solely on the fact that they raised $917 million through equity and debt issues, as well as an additional $304 million by selling their shares. And this happened in the past few months ever since the middle of December. Altogether, AMC was able to raise $1.2 billion. Billion. So with this $1.2 billion that AMC was able to gather, they actually eliminated their bankruptcy risk pretty much overnight. And going bankrupt was one of AMC's biggest risks. However, with this capital raise, it not only allows them to escape the risk of bankruptcy, but it allows them to have the opportunity to acquire another business and make a merger and acquisition. They could buy another streaming company or streaming service, or they could just buy another company to expand their business as a whole. However, just because they raise money doesn't mean that they're going to use this money efficiently, and there's no guarantee that this money will get a positive ROI. There's the risk that they could very well blow this money off in the next few months. Well, in my eyes, I just see it as they eliminated that bankruptcy risk and they could last through 2021 and even make it to 2022 if the AMC movie theaters aren't even in session. They do not even need to collect $1 of revenue from their customers and still make it to the next year. However, with these capital raises, AMC shareholders saw a 75% dilution. This just means that AMC shareholders own 75% less of the company than they did before. This is a negative sign for previous shareholders as their shares just got diluted and worth less. And even with these capital raises, AMC still has to pay a ton of debt that totals to $5.7 billion in debt. Some of the risks of AMC is that we are uncertain of the future demand of video streaming in the future versus physical movie theaters. We also don't know if people are excited to return back to movie theaters and AMC will gain their business back. Well, here's the time that you all have been waiting for. My position. Going into the stock, I knew that this was 100% a speculative play, and I very well could have lost all of my money. On February 10th, I bought 200 shares at $5.80, and I spent $1,161 on these shares. Just to make it clear, I was 100% okay if I lost this money, and I just saw it as a risk that I was willing to take, and I saw it as fun money. Then on March 9th, I sold 175 shares at $10.40. This was worth about $1,819.97. So after making this sale, I was able to gain my initial investment back, and I was able to profit $658.97. You see, I was just trying to be responsible and do the right thing here and not be greedy. Because pigs get fed and hogs get slaughtered. However, I do have 25 shares left and it's worth about $250, and I'm just kind of leaving this in there because you never know with AMC stock, it could go to the moon the next day. I'll just let these shares ride and we'll see what we can get out of them. So I guess the lesson out of this video is just look for opportunities and just risk what you're willing to lose. Though I might seem like the smartest person in the world for making this trade, I'm really not. And I was honestly just lucky. I suppose you could refer to it as calculated gambling, but at the end of the day, it's still gambling. I had no idea that this stock would go up this much this fast. We saw an 80% gain from February to March, which is 1 month. And to get an 80% gain in 1 month is absolutely unbelievable. So I kind of just had to take my profit and run here. I guess we could say GG, well played AMC. Well, I'm on to the next one. That being said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed me showing you guys a stock that's in my portfolio. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel, and make sure you comment down below rocket emojis. I want to see spammed rocket emojis everywhere because AMC to the moon. I hope you all have a great day, and peace out.